Hey, welcome to Fire Emblem Heroes with Drive-By Rev. Today, we're going through beginner tips because there's a bunch of stuff out there on some basic stuff. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to go through what I think is some of the more strategic beginner ideas that you need to know that aren't quite as obvious as they should have been in the first day when I was playing this game. At least I think they should have been. So let's jump right in here and take a look because this first one I think is very important. It has to do with your very beginning efforts of leveling your characters. So if you play the intro, you already know the start gives you a bunch of characters that you join with as you're their new summoned hero that can summon other heroes, right? But here's the problem. When I first summoned, I thought because 3 stars is the lowest you can summon, that was the lowest star character. But that is not true. Let's jump in here and take a look. So let's pull up Shereena, all right? So Shereena is the sister of the prince, right? She's a princess. And check it out, right?
There's one thing
here,
I'm really good at.
below where I'm making a bunch of hearts. 2-star. She's a 2-star character. At least at the beginning of the game, when you do your first summon, you've got 3-star characters, which are already better than your 2 stars. You may at one point up the star level of these characters, but I think that actually resets the level. So there's really no point to put up level up material, whether it's experience points or otherwise, into these characters until they're higher star levels, especially since you're going to start off with higher star levels. So that jumps over to our summoning spells. So I got 20 orbs again by playing the actual campaign. And also the game right now every day is giving you some orbs, which is great. But we're going to summon some more. I did, however, on a side note, there's some people that recommend this, and I think it's a fantastic idea. Up here in the upper right corner, there's that little castle, and I already got the 2 EXP boosts unlocked. 60% is a little expensive right now since I only have 1 5-star, my young Tiki, and then I have, right? It's fun. Right now, everything is just so fun. She's so positive. It's great. She's fantastic. All right, but I am going to summon right now because I saved up 20 again, and I need something better than 3 stars, I'm hoping, because I'm going to start leveling hard today. All right, so let's jump in here and do a quick summon before I move on to the next tip. Boom. Redeeming. Deep Devotion this time. I'm just going back and forth. I kind of want to see what we get. Looks like we got a bunch of ranged units. So let's start off with those because I'm more excited about the green because I do need a good green character right now. I've just got way too much heavy-hitting red, so this is fantastic. Numero 1. Yes!
Need me?
Oh,
Yes.
guys, this is awesome! 5-star! Yes! No rerolls, guys. This is my second roll in-game. Oh, this is fantastic. Takumi, Prince of Hoshido, and Welder of the Divine Fujin Yumi, which makes me pretty useful. I would agree with you. It doesn't get better than that. Let's just keep rolling. So you're gonna waste orbs if you don't reroll 5 at a time. So save up 5 if you're gonna do this. Oh man, so apparently it is the top that gives you the best. Like whatever you roll, the top apparently is the best so far for both my rolls. Too, I'm an expert, right? I've only done it twice. Looks like a 3-star. Okay. Good to meet you, Matthew. Man, finally a decent ranged unit. My ninjas couldn't do any damage. I was getting really burned out on ranged units, but that 5-star is going to be fantastic. Another 3-star. 4-star, excellent. That's my first 4-star, so now I know if there's an animation, you got a 5-star. Okay. We got a thief that is a 4-star. That's good. Let's check out what we got over here. Keep going. What do we got on these greens? Come on, give me some. No, just give me 2 more 5-stars. You know you want to, FP Heroes. Just... Oh, what's up, Cecilia? I wish you were more than a 3-star, but that's cool. All right, we'll call that good. Oh, okay. She's one of those mounted units. There's, by the way, some terrain differences, which you should know as well, as far as how each unit reacts to terrain. This dude looks old. He reminds me of the general from Witcher 3. Some might call me too old. I'm sorry, man. He knew what I was going to say. My mistake. You're a seasoned veteran. My mistake, man. You are a 3-star, though, so you kind of suck. That's awesome. How high up is my... I got 2 5-star focuses. Oh, man. What a great head start to this game. Oh, so excited. Tip number 2. Get 5-star focus characters. Is that a good tip? Is that... So anyway, so I did start to level some of those starting characters, as you saw, but I'm going to stop that because there's other characters to work on, and they're not 2-star characters like your starting characters. Oh my gosh, why do they start them so low? All right, so based on my earlier comment as far as how I got those orbs, make sure you log into this game every day. Even if you're one of those casual players that just has it kind of sit in the background and you jump in occasionally, at least log in, because they're going to give you free orbs and free other items, and your characters actually occasionally have their hearts kind of coming up on them, and when you click them, they'll give you an item like feathers or something like that. So, you know, all these items are necessary to progress yourself in the game, and if they're just giving them to you for logging in, make sure you log in. That's tip. That's the next tip. All right, now I will show you the terrain elements and the different things to think about with each character, but before we get to that, let's go to the next step. You're gathering a bunch of different things in this game for leveling up different aspects of your characters, and at first it can seem a little overwhelming, but like any good mobile game, of course it's got to have different things going on, otherwise it gets too easily mastered, right? So you've got learning skills, equipping skills, leveling up, and what's funny is typically equipping skills costs some of your stamina, but right now they have the stamina promotion, so it doesn't. All right, but let's jump into learning skills, okay? Because if you take a look at your characters, as they battle, they're gonna gain SP, and SP is what you use to unlock their abilities, right? So don't leave it just sitting there, unlock their abilities, their skills. Especially when you got 5-star focus characters like this, like young Tiki. I mean, she's got Breath of Life I just unlocked. I could probably unlock Breath of Life too, but I am gonna save up for Growing Flame next though. It's gonna be super expensive, as you can see, 300 SP, but super valuable. Because before she initiates, so like as the round kind of comes around, targets in a wide area are gonna take her damage. You know what her damage is at? 31. So she's gonna have 31 minus whatever the resistance and defense is, 31 damage just for sitting around here. She's gonna be the most broken character to attack right now in early game. So it's fantastic. So make sure you're spending your SP. Don't let that just sit there. Any character you're going in there and fighting with, you're gonna wanna spend that based on which skills you wanna upgrade. Now this is another big aspect of this game that people may not figure out at first. That's something that's kind of well known for Fire Emblem. And that's Fire Emblem is typically a harder game. So much so to the point that they've been reluctant, or I guess they just haven't released a lot of these versions in the Western world because apparently we're cupcakes who can't tolerate losing. I believe there's some versions of the Fire Emblem games out there that if your character dies, they literally are gone for the rest of this campaign or something like that, and it makes it extremely difficult to win. Well, this is similar in the sense that if your character dies while you're in the middle of a battle, all the leveling up, all the experience points he gained in front of your face as you were fighting is gone. It's all gone. So it's something to keep in mind. It's almost strategic in that sense that if you bring a small character to level and you bring him in and you're leveling him up and then he dies, it was a waste of time. So if he starts getting hit, you gotta pull him back to save his life. Keep that in mind. Anything that dies, everything that happened in that little battle is obsolete. And I would say that's actually harder than most mobile games like this right now, but it makes sense. It adds a different quality to the battles, that's for sure. All right, now let's take a look at the unit types as far as going into battle and what that means. So if we go into my edit teams here, there's different types of units, right? They have their color and they also have their type as whether they're ground units, ground mages, archers, ninjas, or assassins, I guess. Ninja, they kind of look like ninjas to me. Horse or mounted units, and then the flying units. And each one has their own individual strengths and weaknesses. So I don't currently have a flying unit, but flying units can go farther, they can go over walls, they can go over mountains, but they've got this vulnerability to ranged attacks. And they tell you that early on in the game by saying, oh, take your archer and attack him. But it's your 2-star archer, so chuck him after that tutorial's over. Then you have the mounted units, or the horses, people that are on horses, and they can go farther than other people as far as their range, but they can't go through trees. It's just kind of this thing. I don't know, maybe they're too fat for the trees. If you see one of those mounted units around you, just keep in mind where they're gonna go. Then there's all these ranged units, right? You've got these assassins, you've got these archers, you've got these mages. And the way they work is they shoot at a distance, 2 spaces away typically, or 1 space diagonally, which is technically 1 space up, 1 space over. But you know, their weakness is if someone's right in front of them, they gotta back up to hit them. And of course, they're vulnerable to melee attacks. And that brings us to the standard unit that's basic in all games, and that's the ground melee units. They have to be right in front of whoever they're attacking, right directly to them. They're usually your powerhouse tanks, and ironically, my Tiki basically works that way, even though you would think a dragon's fire would be able to go 2 spaces. I guess her area of effect passive fire damage is that, so I will forgive that. That's pretty fantastic. I guess the stench of the dragon is more powerful than the fire breath itself, as far as distance is concerned. All right, now for the last tips, let's jump into battle and take a look at something, okay? So, all right, so I'm just gonna jump into the training tower, and let's just go somewhere, because I wanna actually change this up. All right, perfect. So here we are. Keep in mind you've got this danger area button. I'm sure you guys have probably found this, but if you haven't, if you click that button, it shows you on the map where they can attack you. So if I take 1 step forward, I can be attacked by some of these units. Now, just by looking up here and taking a look around, you can see that these people here are designed as kind of a flash attack, kind of, you know, like they can come and get you. This guy can go over this wall, and this lady, this mage, she can shoot right here. So anybody I move up into that slot can get attacked multiple times, not only by these guys, who can come all the way over here and attack here, right? And this ninja can shoot down, but they can also be hit by these. So if you're trying to keep them alive, probably not the greatest idea to throw them down there. So I am going to go... Yeah. So that's another thing that's interesting. Until you enter the danger zone, they won't even advance on you. So I'm going to move Tiki here because that'll be Tiki there. And Gunter looks like he can go pretty far. And we're just going to move him up like that. Let's do that. Because I'm trying to pull someone into battle here. Nice. Nice. Okay. I really want to level up Takumi. So I am going to go there with my ninja. And then we're going to go here. Nice. Nice. Got to level up. That's what I'm looking for. And then remember, they cannot die or all this is undone, right? Cannot die. Okay, he ran away like a punk. This is tough, so I'm going to go there and there. Leveling up is such a strange thing. By the way, you can cheat to level up. I'll show you that too. Or you can, I guess it's not cheating, but you can pay to level up. And I'll probably do that on my 5-star. Up you go. Boom. Don't kill him, Tiki. Such a punk. Can't get to him, huh? We'll do that. Oh, I'm surprised she didn't come down to attack her. Nice. Wow. She's already got amazing damage. This is the huge difference between 5 focus and the 2-star starting characters. Attack +1 already. Excellent. There we go. Stage clear. Alright, but there you go. There's some starting tips that I wish I knew just day one, along with some of the other stuff. If you guys want some more, there's definitely about 10 other items I probably would want to go over just for the basics, but a lot of those you can kind of just figure out pretty quickly on your own. Those are just some of the ones that didn't stand out to me as I just kind of went through it, and as I realized that I just really wished I knew, first of all, not to use those starting characters, and then second of all, what to immediately use and then what to hoard, right? I mean, you're going to hoard everything, but the SP especially, you should just be spending as you see fit on your skills. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, to comment. Love to hear what you guys think about this game, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time on Fire Emblem Heroes with DVR.